Folks, drama bin drama, Arab drama, ole drama. What? This information has hit Kenyans like a shockwave. Yeah? Everybody's talking about it. People are wondering, what next? Maze, popcorn itembe. And so let's not waste any time. Okay? Now, what has happened, let me just illustrate it for you so that we get a very clear understanding. Yeah, because I'm about to say things that many of you or some of you may not be aware of. For those familiar with the chess game, this is the move before the checkmate. But let's be fair and let's talk about the drafts game because everybody knows that game. And let me talk like a Kenyan. Yeah? You move your piece, mahali akikula, utakula, ukule. Game over. Na akikataa kukula, bado utakula, ukule, game over. So what you have done, you have taunted your enemy to finish themselves off. This is really what it is. And I'll explain in a minute. This is the kind of move where if you have a very cheeky opponent, you know those kind of cheeky opponents who know they're finished you, They just tell you, they just sit back, and then they tell you, naenda kunywa chai. Unibipu kisha figure it out. Wacha tumalize hii game sahi. Kama unataka kuendelea kufikiria, kusumbua akili bure, wacha mimi niende ni stretch miguu, ama niende ninue credo. We ni beep tu kisha fikiria vile unataka kufanya. Ama tumalize sahi. The opponent says, hapana, ngoja. Wacha nifikirie. Yep, this is exactly what this is. But let me break it down for you. Let me tell you exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, and I'll start to do that immediately after the short upcoming commercial break. Don't go away. Welcome back. Now, regulars to this channel will remember that we spoke, was it 4 weeks ago? We said here that the House of Mumbi has a problem. And the problem the House of Mumbi has is that there's no heir, political heir, to President Uhuru Kenyatta when he leaves office. We also said that sometime in 2016, somebody must have sat at a secret meeting, very high-level meeting somewhere in Kenya, and they must have told the meeting that problem is sorted. Well, thanks to Yala legislator, Simon Mbogwa, we now know what happened, what they meant by sorted. Yeah, because somebody flew all the way to Canada, they sat down with Peter Kenneth, convinced him that he's going to be the next Nairobi governor, and indeed the next heir. Yeah, indeed the heir to Uhuru Kenyatta. So the plan was Peter Kenneth comes back, yeah, vies for the governorship of Nairobi, yeah, and then pop, is governor of Nairobi, okay? And then he does wonders in Nairobi, of course, with the help of, with a lot of help from State House, okay? Because what would have been happening in that scenario would have been something called rapid building of a profile, yeah? Then 2022 would have come, yeah, and then Peter Kenneth would have definitely been William Ruto's running mate, yeah, and then pop, game over, yeah, and life would have continued in Kenya. People would have made noise, opposition would have made noise, but life continues. Utadu, but that plan failed. Somebody somewhere obviously greatly underestimated Mike Sonko. Okay, huyu mtu hajasoma, hakuna kitu. Huyu jamaa, hakuna shida hapo. That is not an issue. Oh, what is it with Kenyans who believe that if somebody has not gone to school, if somebody does not have a PhD somewhere, they are an idiot? What is this thing in Kenya? What is this disease that has gone into Kenyans' mind? Indeed, I put it to you, most of these PhD fellows around are absolute idiots. Yeah, and they're around in public life. Yeah, Dr. So-and-so, Dr. So-and-so. Look at the moves they're making. The idiotic moves. I mean, these people can't think. So, being smart si masomo. Yeah, of course masomo sharpens it, but never underestimate somebody, never write somebody off ati kwa sababu hakuenda shule. Oh, there's something else recognized worldwide that is more crucial, yeah, than your masomo, yeah, and it's called street smartness. A guy who becomes street smart, a guy who figures out how to survive in the violent, dangerous street corners. Fear that person. Anyway, that plan of finding a heir for the house of Mubi fell flat on its face. It didn't work. And so plan B. And what is plan B? Kaputin. Do you know what that is? So plan B is Kaputin. However, there's a problem. And as usual, this appeared to the powers that be to be a small problem. But it's shaping up to be nothing like a small problem. Now, the assumption was that since Sonko is now finally governor, yeah, he will not he will not upset the apple cart. But instead, Sonko bado ako na hasira. Sonko is still very much upset about what was done to him last year. So when he saw the ugly head being reared, the ugly head of his enemies, those people who set him up last year, those people who cost him so much last year, he couldn't resist. Yeah, he had to get back into the battlefront to sort out these guys. Hao watu wanafikiria hao ni nani? Yeah. The result is that Sonko has teamed up with the people who are very greatly opposed to the Kaputin move. The whole idea behind the Kaputin move, yeah, is to sort out the problem that the House of Mumbi does not have a heir, yeah, and create a situation whereby the president, the current president, in a new constitution, or rather in a constitutional amendment, will be the prime minister. Now, the current constitution bars President Uhuru Kenyatta from seeking a third term. However, if a referendum happens and new positions are created, yeah, like an executive prime minister, there's nothing in the constitution stopping him from running again as prime minister. Problem of the House of Mumbi solved. That's the whole idea. Actually, strictly speaking, this is not the problem of the House of Mumbi. It is the problem of a few people, very few individuals, who happen to belong to the House of Mumbi. That's what it really is. Now, I can hear somebody saying, that is a very stupid plan. Everybody would have seen through it. I mean, Uhuru Kenyatta has left office. People would have started asking, why is he running again? Well, you're wrong. And I'll tell you why you're wrong. It's a very brilliant, smart move. And it's because of this. The prime minister never, ever enters a ballot box. The public do not vote for prime minister. Okay, that's important. So what happens is you go for the usual electioneering. So people are very excited, this candidate, that candidate. Uhuru is nowhere to be seen. Or rather, the designated prime minister is nowhere to be seen. But meanwhile, those people, those experts of pop, are focusing elsewhere. Yeah, all you Kenyans are focusing on who will win the elections, who will win the presidency. All you Kenyans are watching very carefully that the presidency is not rigged. And so when finally the results come out, yeah, and the genuine results, verifiable, yeah, they're genuine results. These guys actually won the presidency. Kenyans are very happy. The attention has successfully been diverted completely away from where the real action is. Okay, so the president is duly elected. Okay, Parliament is in session. Now the country needs a prime minister, and lo behold, the numbers are there. Uhuru Kenyatta is elected within Parliament as prime minister. Yeah, he's got the majority of legislators. Game over. So, the reason why I've told you that very long story is so that we clearly understand, yeah, the people in the ongoing political battlefront. The main protagonists, yeah, the two sides, okay? Now, one side is the Uhuru Raila side, formidable, yeah, ODM legislators, Jubilee legislators, most of them, okay? Maybe with an exception of Rift Valley legislators. But the truth is that is a formidable political formation. It can pass anything in Parliament. It can get any referendum through in Kenya today. That's the truth. Now on this other side is the William Samoei Ruto team. The man has waited very patiently for going to 10 years now, yeah, and he wants the presidency. He does not want a watered down presidency. He wants exactly the same presidency he created and handed over to Uhuru Kenyatta in 2013. Let me spell it out to you about the Miguna appointment. The Miguna appointment comes from the DP Ruto camp. That is what it is. Now this move is also bait. You know, bait, the thing you put to trap a fish, yeah, to trap fish when you're fishing. It is bait because the powers that be could say, this is very good. Let's accept Miguna Miguna's deputy governor. Yeah, he'll be very busy working in Nairobi, and meanwhile his big national campaign has been curtailed, dead and buried, so that Miguna Miguna is no longer a problem. Yeah, to those to whom is a problem. Yeah, that is one possibility. Now I'm thinking like the Ruto camp. Fine, if they accept Miguna Miguna as the deputy governor, then that will be a big win for the DP Ruto camp. In one smart move, they'll have already changed the game completely. You know, this is really political chess. Now, how will they have changed the game? They'll have changed the game because Miguna being Miguna, he'll use his position as a platform. The Sonko Ruto team will be greatly strengthened. And even if Miguna is not on that team, which will most probably be what will happen, yeah, the Ruto team will have succeeded in getting another opponent of their enemies into the game, yeah, fighting the same opponent they're fighting. Now you'll remember in the earlier illustration I gave, I said somebody had made a move on a drafts board, yeah, whereby akikula, utakula, ukule. Akikosa kukula, bado utakula, ukule. The translation of that, or the simplification of that, is this. This is the kind of move where even if things turn out the opposite, yeah, the powers that be say no, Miguna is not a Kenyan, he cannot therefore he cannot be appointed deputy governor. He's not a Kenyan, he's a Canadian, deported. Now in the event that the powers that be make that decision, there'll be even more trouble for them. And the trouble is this. The DP Ruto team has very smartly taken the debate, the agenda, the national discussion back to the Miguna issue. Now if you want the perfect example of how people can shoot themselves in their own feet, you take a gun and you carefully aim for your own foot, not somebody else's, your own foot, and you shoot. Because what the government has done, it has single-handedly built up Miguna's international profile overnight. and indeed national profile overnight. The guy is a hero, thanks to the government. Now, in this latest move, if the government refuses to readmit Miguna back into his country of birth, if the government refuses to rescind the unprecedented decision of picking up a local, throwing him out of the country, and then starting to quote technicalities about his citizenship, if they refuse, that will now be the new battlefront. The attention will be shifted away from the DP Ruto camp so that they have time to regroup, re-strategize. But meanwhile, the government will be under serious attack, internationally and locally. Assuming that this was a chess game, this is the moment whereby DP Ruto and Sonko tell their opponent to menda kunywa chai. Flash us when you have figured it out. And so, folks, this is a popcorn moment. Take your time, go and get your cup of tea, and let's wait for the next move. However, I need to warn you, okay? This kind of chess being played here is dirty. You could come back from your cup of tea, and then you find the chessboard completely overturned. And then they'll tell you, oh, mtoto alipita kaangusha chessboard. Oh, I'm sorry. We have to start the game again. And then you respond, no, we took a photograph of the chessboard. We know exactly where each piece was. And then your opponent, because he has lost, and is using dirty tactics to get out of his loss, will tell you, no, that's against the rules. Hapana, sikubali. So an argument will ensue. My, oh my. This game called politics, wacha tu. Anyway, go for your cup of tea, even if they overturned the chessboard, that is still interesting. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.